Hello and welcome to the Tradman YouTube page. Today we're going to be talking about the Squeegee app. So without any further waiting, let's open it up and have a look. Now the Squeegee app is something that we've been using in our company for almost a year now. Before we started using Squeegee, we were using something called George, which was a very basic spreadsheet looking type of software. But we're going to show you now, very briefly, how Squeegee works and how it's improved our business. So let's click here on the top left hand side, which will bring up the menu. And we'll have a look down the list here. We've got Day Pilot, the Work Planner, Overdue, Customers, Insights, Invoices, Expenses, Rounds, Services, Referral, so you can refer it to a friend or family, Settings, the Synchronize, and the About Us section. So we'll go through some of these and let you have a quick look about what it's all about. So the Day Pilot first, up the top left. So basically anything you schedule for your day or for your week, this will work out the quickest route for you. So especially if you don't know really where you're going, or you're an employer and you have employees that you want to set certain work, they know how to get to that job the quickest way possible. So it's a very handy feature, the Day Pilot. Also saves, I suppose, having extra satellite navigation appliances. You can just use the Squeegee app, so it's very handy. So you can actually increase the size there by clicking on the top right hand corner, that orange icon, and it will bring in the map. And then you can zoom in. This is us here with the blue dot in the center, and we'll zoom out and the job should pop up over here. So you can see just there, and I think if I remember rightly, it's ASDA that it's set on. So it should be in there somewhere. All right, so that is basically the Day Pilot and how it works. It's a very easy to use sat nav. So let's have a look at the Work Planner. This is the section where you will be able to allocate your work on whatever day, week and month that you choose, and you can set it up for your employees as well. The Enterprise has just been released, so that'll be very, very useful for all those who have employees. You can set the work for your workers and they can then go from there. So let's have a look. We've got Monday the 19th. All this stuff is overdue. Oh dear, it's all in red. So it's nice and easy and color coded. Red is overdue. Just to the right of it, you can see Wednesday, Thursday and Sunday are all in a sort of lighter blue color. The bars up at the top there, that means that they're on time. And if it's in yellow, which we'll show you, it means it's skipped. So we've clicked on the job, just on the left hand side there where it says AS. We'll click on that next to ASDA Stores. And then if you cast your eye to the top right hand corner, there's a little yellow arrow. If we click on that, it means that the job has been skipped. So if it's a monthly job, it'll be skipped to the next month. And then you'll see along the bar section at the top that Wednesday, that job is now in yellow. So it's very handy. So if you come across a job and the customer says, don't want you to do the job today, we've got building works going on, you can click the skip button and it will skip it until the next time that you're due to be there. So again, if we click on the job, we can also, if you cast your eye back to the top right hand corner, you can click on the purple arrow and you can reschedule the job. So you can reschedule it for the day, the following day, or the next week, or in the bottom left you can see select a date as well. So we could click on that. Say for instance we said, right, can't manage it today, I'm going to do it on Friday the 23rd. So we'd pop that in and then hit select. And then it would move it to Friday. So if we click on Friday, there it is, and it's popped up on Friday as easily as that. So let's say, for instance, let's go back to today, right? And we've done this job and we say unskip, we want to actually do the job. Right, say for instance, we've rolled up to the job, we've done the job, and we want to basically tell the system that it's done. It's very, very easy. You can just swipe the job from left to right, like so, and it says done in invoice, you see? And if you hit it from right to left, it says replan. Very nice and easy. So let's say it's done. Swipe the job and it'll say done. There we are, £200 done just like that. And you can get Squeegee set up as well so that it invoices the customer automatically when the job is completed. Very, very handy. So that is basically the very, very fundamental basics of the Work Planner. The overdue section is obviously self-explanatory. These are all the jobs that are overdue. The customer section, so this is where you can add and edit customers. In the bottom right hand corner, you've got that little icon that you can click on to add a new customer or a customer from your contacts. So obviously if you're on your mobile phone, you'll be able to import people from there. So let's have a look at the top customer. We've got Mr. Andy Palmer at 20 Bleachfield Street in Huntly. So let's click on him. So you'll see at the top left-hand corner, we've got his mobile number and his email address. And then further down the screen, you'll see a map where he actually stays. Now, these are all fake customers and fake accounts, so don't panic. These are all made up. Okay, so we can see down the list there, we'll be able to see what's been done and what's overdue. Very, very handy. And we can also, if we click on the finance section, now this customer hasn't paid anything, obviously, but if he had, it would show all the invoices and all the payments and how he's paid on this screen. Similarly with notifications, just next to finance, we click on that, it'll come up with all the notifications that we've sent him in the past, whether that be email or text message. Okay, so say if we go hit the top right hand corner, we can delete that customer or edit him. So these are the kind of details we can keep. So it's his name, address, telephone numbers, emails, and extra notes. You can tell Squeegee if it's an existing balance, owing, or in credit. You can automatically generate invoices, automatically send invoices, and you can also, if you're, say for instance, an employer with employees, you can choose to hide the prices from your workers. If you don't want them seeing how much your jobs are worth, then you can do that if you so choose. And also whether at the bottom the customer is active or inactive. So very handy. So we don't need to save anything, so we haven't really done anything there. Now, if we click the bottom right hand corner, you'll see a little circle with a plus in it. We'll click on that. Now this brings up all the little doodads that are really interesting. At the top, we've got the direct debit, so you can set them up on things like Go Cardless. You can add a new job to Mr. Palmer, so if he asked you to do his gutters or whatever, you could add that. You can also create a quote. So for instance, if he came out and said, okay, you're doing my windows, how much to clean my conservatory roof? You could create a quote from that. You can also create an appointment. So you could say to him, well, I'll tell you what, I'll come back on such and such a day to come and give you that quote. You could do that. Underneath, you can record a payment from him. You can also send him a message and create an invoice for him. So all the basics and necessities there that you would need. Okay, so that is basically your customer section. It's how you keep track of them. Underneath is the insights. So we can see all the jobs we have in total. We can see who's owed us and who's in credit, which is really, really nice and easy and simple to use. Over across into the jobs section, we can see who's been done, who's overdue, and the total jobs that have been skipped. If we head over to the financials, we'll see it all on a graph and percentages of how well we've been doing over the months. So it's a good incentive to work a little bit harder because the red down arrows on the right hand side of the screen will become green upward arrows. So if that's not motivation, I don't know what is. Now, top right hand corner, we'll look at reports. So you can see here, you can check your invoices versus expenses, payments versus expenses, invoices, payments, expenses, all that, transactions, customers, and all that stuff. So everything that you would need to know is in there. You've got an expenses section as well, so we'll click on that. So everything that you buy during your day or your week, month, and year, you can input into Squeegee and use that to do your taxes at the end of the year. So here we've had a nice lunch, which cost £8, purified water, stationery, tools, fuel, all that kind of stuff. You can input all of that into Squeegee and it all gets saved. Very handy. Now we've got the round section, so you can set your rounds. So if you have maybe 2, 3, 4, 10 areas that you do, you can save them all into the round section. And just as of the latest release, you can now reorder the round. So you can set exactly what order you want to do the houses, and it will save you from doing that each month. So it's very, very handy. And it also does commercial jobs as well, obviously, not just houses. Okay, the services section, let's have a look at that. So we can add services. So you might be a jack of all trades. You might be doing window cleaning. You might be doing gutters, grass, goodness knows, could be anything. Whatever you do, you can add it in the services section. And then you can allocate that to a job. When you create a job, you can tell Squeegee what services you are providing to that person. Okay, so that is that. The referral section gives you a code that you can then use to basically invite your friends or family that are maybe also in the service industry to come and join the Squeegee team and use the app. Settings, so this is where you set everything up, obviously. Business logo, your avatar, your payment providers, all that kind of stuff, notifications, SMS provider, email settings, all that kind of stuff. So you only need to do this the once, obviously. But here's a really interesting section here. Let's say the SMS appointment reminder default. Just scroll it so it's at the top of the page for you there. If we click on that, you'll see at the top there's these things called tokens. Now these are things that you can input into your message, and then Squeegee will automatically pull that value from the job. So say for instance, it says at the top, hi, customer name, which is in brackets. So what it will do is pull the customer's name from that file into the message. So say for instance, it's Mr. John Smith, nice common name, and we're sending a message to Mr. John Smith and we want to send him an SMS. If we put the customer name in brackets, just as it is there, it will replace what it says customer name with John Smith. And everything else there, the date from now and the service list, it will replace those tokens with the values that are in Mr. Smith's account. So if he's due tomorrow, it'll say we will be with you, and it'll say that date. And then if it's window cleaning, say for instance, that you're doing for Mr. Smith, it'll say for your window cleaning appointment. So you don't need to keep manually texting or emailing people. It will send it out automatically and fill in the blanks. So if that's not the easiest way to do it, I don't know what is. That is so easy and it saves so much time. Down the bottom, we've got invoices, invoice generation, all that kind of stuff. So you can send people invoices automatically and tailor it the way you want it to look. And your tax, show the tax on the invoices if you want to, if you're tax registered. What else? We've got defaults, the distance in miles, or if you want kilometers, the default job durations. So you can amend that as well. Each job, you can tell Squeegee how long that job takes to do, and then it'll work out your total day and your week, how much time it's going to take to complete those jobs, which is quite handy. Now, if you're a previous user of any other system, so we've got Cleaner Planner, Aworka, George, Smart Round, all these other bits and pieces, you can use all of them and export them into Squeegee nice and easy. If you have any problems at all, you can always get in touch with the team at Squeegee. They'll be more than happy to help you out. If you need to import anything from another software into Squeegee, then it will be doable for you. Okay, so that is basically Squeegee for you in a nutshell. This is what we use, and you can use it on your tablet or your phones, and it is very, very good, and it's constantly being updated and improved on a weekly basis. So can't really get much better than it, to be honest. So hopefully you've enjoyed that video, guys, and remember to like, share and subscribe and give Squeegee a try. Okay, take care, be good, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.